Let's discuss replace, an action package to eliminate industrially produced trans fat. At the end of this session, the participant will be able to describe what is trans fat, the health impact of trans fat, and describe the replace package. What do you understand by trans fat? Trans fats or trans fatty acids are unsaturated fatty acids that come from either natural or industrial sources. Naturally occurring trans fats come from ruminants of cows and sheep. The second category is industrially produced trans fat, which are formed in an industrial process that adds hydrogen to vegetable oil, converting the liquid into a solid, resulting in partially hydrogenated oil. A good example is margarine. You can also consume trans fats by heating unsaturated vegetable oils in high temperatures, which results in formation of trans fats. In this slide, we see some of the common trans fat containing food items, which are vegetable shortening such as margarine, bakery products such as cakes, pastries, donuts, and biscuits, deep fried fast food such as fried chicken, battered fish, and french fries, non dairy coffee creamers, snack foods such as microwave popcorn, and ready to use frostings. Now, let's look at the health impacts of consuming foods that contain trans fat. Trans fat increases bad or LDL cholesterol while lowering good or HDL cholesterol. Trans fat clogs arteries, which increases the risk of coronary heart disease. Trans fat is estimated to be responsible for more than 500,000 deaths around the world every year from heart disease. High trans fat intake increases the risk of death from any cause by 34%, coronary heart disease deaths by 28%, and coronary heart disease by 21%. The normal dietary recommendation for intake of trans fats should be less than 1% of the daily total energy intake, or less than 2.2 grams a day with a 2000 calorie diet. Let's see how much trans fat do people consume. The average consumption of trans fat globally was estimated to be 1.4% of total energy in 2010, ranging from 0.2 to 6.5% of total energy across countries. That is 0.13 to 4.3 grams per day for a 2000 calorie diet. In the majority of countries, average trans fat intake is lower than the recommended maximum intake of 1%. Global trans fat intake is believed to have remained stable. In this slide, we look at what is replace. Replace is an action package developed by the World Health Organization that supports governments to ensure the prompt, complete, and sustained elimination of industrially produced trans fat from the food supply. We will discuss the replace package components in detail. The R stands for review, where we review the dietary sources of industrially produced trans fat and the landscape required for policy change. P stands for promoting the replacement of industrially produced trans fat with healthier fats and oils. L is for legislation and enacting regulatory actions to eliminate industrially produced trans fats. A is for assessment and monitoring trans fat content in the food supply and change in trans fat consumption in the population. C is for creating awareness of the negative health impact of trans fat among policymakers, producers, suppliers, and the public. E is for enforcing compliance with policies and regulation. Achievements by Sri Lanka in regard to reducing or eliminating trans fats. Discussions are in process for a trans fat elimination strategy. Introduction of nutrition labels on packaged food with saturated fatty acid and trans fat content allows monitoring of compliance by the food industry for the mandatory trans fat limit. There is a lot of advocacy being done on reducing or eliminating industry produced trans fat. Consumer education or public awareness is also underway.